Deimos Arcana is finally out and we got a bunch of things to talk about. There are new weapons to review, new synergies that I will share later, and perhaps a necramic video that Timothy is always longing for. No promises though, but anyway, to start this Deimos Arcana video series, I would like to share my experience in obtaining Steel Essence after the most recent update. I know that you already know about the changes on how to obtain Steel Essence, but for those who don't, then let me give you a short brief before we proceed to the video. So basically, Digital Extremes removed Steel Essence from Eximus units. From now on, the only way to obtain Steel Essence is through the Steel Path dailies, and by killing Acolyte mini-bosses which spawn in every Steel Path mission. This kills that 3 hours plus core run, and get hundreds of Steel Essence farm, but it actually makes the acquisition of this loot way faster and easier. Long story short, the new way to farm Steel Essence may not yield the same numbers as before, but it's not that boring and hard. So what I would want to tell you is, instead of looking for the best mission to farm Steel Essence, you should start farming this loot, and focus instead on completing the Steel Path dailies each day, and doing the usual things you do in Steel Path missions. Steel Path dailies are a great way to unlock those nodes that you haven't already unlocked yet in the Steel Path version. Not only that you will be rewarded with Steel Essence after finishing each mission, but it will slowly, but surely help you out in completing the hard mode star chart. Now I did advise you to ignore farming Steel Essence like what we usually did before, simply because it's not worth it anymore. Okay, let me break it down. Acolytes boss fights are way easier compared to staying in one survival mission and praying that an Eximus unit will drop Steel Essence. They are also faster since they do spawn after every 5 minutes of the Steel Path mission. And when I say every mission, this means no matter what Steel Path mission you are doing, these Acolyte mini-bosses will spawn after every 5 minutes. So eventually, if you are doing a capture mission and you captured the target within a minute, you would probably wait 5 more minutes before you can see an Acolyte spawn in the mission. Because of this, endless Steel Path missions, like Excavation, Interception, and Survival are the best when it comes to farming Steel Essence through killing Acolyte mini-bosses. And yes, Acolytes do infinitely spawn in endless missions right now, so, if you decided to run an hour survival mission, most likely, you will get 60 Steel Essence if you can kill all Acolytes that spawn and get 4 Steel Essence per kill. In addition to that, there's no specific tile set or missions wherein Acolytes have greater spawn rates. Survival missions are somehow good, since it will last for 5 minutes before you can extract, but this doesn't mean that this mission has a better Acolyte spawn rate. This means that all survival missions can be a good option for farming Steel Essence endlessly, and it's safe to say that we can just dive into infested survival missions to make it even easier. You could probably do this for an hour, then do the Steel Path dailies every day, which will yield you 75 Steel Essence per day, but, like I've said earlier, stop worrying about farming Steel Essence. Ignore the farm and don't burn yourself because it's really not worth it. If you are constantly doing Steel Path missions every day to farm resources, or even level up your frames and weapons, then you don't have to stay in a mission for an hour. Instead, you can just track up those Steel Essence without even noticing while doing other stuff in the Steel Path. You might get the hype with farming a lot of Steel Essence because of the rewards, but actually, there's nothing Teshin has to offer right now that actually worth your time farming a lot of Steel Essence. Umbra Forma is not permanent and it looks like it's the same as the Riven offering on Paladino. After you've purchased one blueprint, it will be gone and probably come back in the near future. I don't know if this is true, but one of my friends told me that it will come back every 8 weeks. If this is true, there's really no point in rushing to farm a lot of Steel Essences before it comes back. You will probably have enough to buy another Umbra Forma blueprint. Other rewards are not that interesting in my opinion. Kuva can be acquired through Kuva Siphons and Kuva Survival. If you do Kuva missions daily, then you won't have any problem with this resource. The relic pack however can be a good source for new relics, but honestly, you won't have a problem with new prime parts if you have lots of platinum. I have tons of guides on how to farm relics and make platinum fast on this channel, and you don't need the Steel Path to have lots of platinum in the game. Right now, Steel Essence farm doesn't exist in my vocabulary. It's like chilling and waiting for something to come up in the Steel Path Honors shop that is actually worth spending those Steel Essence. By the way, I'm not telling you how to do stuff in the game. I made this video just to show you that it's not worth to rush farm farming steel essence right now, and if you have plenty of them, they might as well enjoy the other stuff in the game. For those who want to farm steel essence in long survival runs, then you can pick any infested steel path tile set and use the TheFatRat dark dagger combo I'm using to kill those acolyte mods quickly. However, as I've said, it's not worth it to rush farming steel essence at the moment. They are easy to get now, so don't go burn out yourself. By the way, I have plenty of stuff coming in this channel other than the Deimos Arcano update. Some of you requested a leveling guide for all weapons without requiring any railjack, and luckily, I got a solution for that. I will publish it probably this week or next week, depending on my schedule. But rest assured that I got lots of Warframe content for you guys to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Squad leader signing off.